Hello everyone, this is Shadow Holguin, otherwise known as Brandon Holguin, and we're going to continue with more Hiveswap. I think we got Mr. Pigeon. I have no idea. It's been like a week or two since I played, so I have no idea what I'm probably going to be doing. I probably did all the combinations possible already, so I'm just going to assume that. Oh, okay, well. I think... Oh, yeah. The puzzle. Let's just go do that right away. I don't think we need a combo anything. Okay. Boom. He carefully removed the marble pouch from around his neck and, believe it or not, shoved the marbles into the empty eye sockets. You discard the pouch. What an evening it's been. I believe now we have to just spin it. Oh. You did it! The attic key has been found. Let's combine everything with that. Go get it, Briars. No dice. The real magic was inside you all along, just like the real attic key was inside the globe. You don't know what's powering those lasers. You don't care. Get the key. Who cares about these? It's the attic key. Finally. The real threat is you got the attic key. Get it. Oh, the real treat. Pardon me. 2 keys, 1 destiny. Or whatever. Get the key. You got what you assume to be the attic key. Got the key. Heading back up to the attic now. Careful. May not be that simple. Over. What do you mean? None of this has been simple. It's been downright convoluted. Noticing hostile elements. Grouping serpents. Massing. Over. Oh jeez. We'll try to back you up, if possible. Remain alert, says over. Always am, bro. Over and out. Let's combine everything with the key. You couldn't have gotten this without Briars' help. Thanks, little Buster. Cute little doofus. Curry, get to the attic. You're running out of time. Ha ha ha. This is a low-tech analog key, and you're a high-tech digital girl. A girl who needs to hurry the heck up and get to the attic. Pronto. Hey, that's a great idea. You could dump these off in the attic, the place you've been trying to get to this whole time, and can now enter. Hooray! Your dog last you checked, is safe in their doghouse. You need to get to your Joey house, aka the attic, apparently. Oh, wait. Okay, I need to know if you thank the cat for its assistance and quietly apologize for its posthumous participation in this nightmare's spectacle. Oh, stalwart champion of the Order of Globe and Lasers, thank you for your noble sacrifice. Your terrible maiming in the defense of the Apex Tooth Spiral shall never be forgotten, for as long as this message remains on the screen, and possibly a little beyond that, depending on how funny it seems to the player. Wait, what? What were you saying? You mean, thinking? Moving on. Both shiny and sharp. That's about where the similarities end, though. You can't imagine a nerd swinging a big key around and talking about destiny, but the katanas? Is little one a katana? Who cares? They are out to be handled thus. Briars flies straight toward the sharp end of the katana, and narrowly misses it. Phew! A weapon from the Far East wielded while under the heady influence of exotic spices. Whoa, what? That was definitely kind of a little racist. Maybe. You're pretty sorry about that. As you move closer to Big Cat Head, Briar starts to freak out. He's wriggling around all crazy. It's all you can do to keep him in your gentle but firm clutches. You consider stuffing Briars in the handhole, but that would be cruel. You won't consider it at breakneck speed. You give the maimed knight a sprinkle of dust right in the missing vambrace. Time heals all wounds, after all. Thanks for the help, dear friend. This is the most helpful deer you've ever met. You wish the meeting were under less horrible circumstances. Maybe he could even be alive. That would be fun, to meet a deer that your pa hadn't already killed. Pardon me. You nod at the Albergy, acknowledging the silent encouragement he offered throughout your struggles which are definitely totally over, forever. Everything will always be easy and good now. Briars displays his own tiny wingspan to the Albergy. He refuses to be intimidated. Oh my goodness. Was this it? I never clicked on this? This is, horse, you think? You're not up on your Egyptology. Thanks for the help, Horace. Couldn't have done it without you. Probably. Briars looks pleased to see a bird adorned so I always have trouble saying this word. My speech is failing me. Regally. There we go. Spice mix. Horace doesn't care. Whatever powers this idol has, they don't seem to require batteries. I'm failing. I'm already failing. That's not a big pog on its head. You don't know what it is, but it's not that. He seems pretty dour, not really treat friendly. Yeah, you were kind of expecting to have the fiddle of that clock to get this bad boy. Weird! You just have clockwork on the brain today, you guess. As one does, right? As one totally does, and that's not anything you should be worrying about. Ah, yes, of course. Bird clock. The answer was staring you in the face all along. Okay. Is it everything? Briars is pretty impressed by the wingspan on this thing. Oh no. Okay, that's nothing. Let's move on. Okay, that's nothing. It's nothing. This thing had a few too many cooks in the kitchen already. Briars isn't smart enough to understand these are supposed to represent faces. They're utterly alien to him. Okay, nothing. They already have a nice mahogany smell. Mahogany? Oh, what? Ah, jeez. Run! I'm probably doing this so I don't waste more time on description. Oh my god. There's no strife. Okay. Oh, he's currently knocked down. Has nothing to say about this brute squad. Maybe someone else can help you. Oh yeah, cool. Joey is currently knocked out and has nothing to say about this huge, hungry, terrifying monster. Maybe someone else can help you? Alright. Game mechanic. Joey took a brutal hit. She's down for the count. You've got to find some way to distract those monsters until she gets back on her feet. Oh, I started. I was, double loading the flare gun is extremely unsafe. Oh, wait. Double loading the flare gun is extremely unsafe. You don't even like to single load it. But sometimes the general must lead from the front. By which you mean, fire a single flare from the safety of his tree house. Alright. Just gonna assume that's what we're supposed to do. Electrolyte and mop. It's a no from me. Pox style reinforcement. Or positive. That was just a awful. Yeah, I am doing awful today. Beg for a treat. Beggar luck next time. Carrying flavor. Girl, I'm gonna do that again. Currying flavor. Girl, quit all this currying around. Courage of Frohine. Langley's cowardice. Pretty importantly, still. Alright. Anything you toss in, you're never getting back. Putting it on the Ritz. No vacancy. Divertisement. Don't divertisement now. I am failing today. Advertisement. Don't advertisements and oh, there it is. That's the part. Excuse me? No excuses. Oh. Old Razzle-Dazzle. Pogs, right? Positive reinforcement. That was just awful. Alright. Put him on the Ritz. Maybe it's just this man. Hey, jerk. Delighted to see ya. Well enough, Jude. What are you waiting for? Oh yeah. Uh-oh. You just get out of there. Signature style and flair. Hey, we can combine stuff again. What are you doing? Those monsters are coming for you. Hurry to the attic. No. Do you want to get eaten alive? You don't have time for this. Go, the attic. Oh. Huh. Game over. Oh, thank God. What's on the other side? Oh, yeah. What in the hell is going on in here? I'm just gonna turn my thing up a bit. Joey, come in, please. Report status. Joey, hello, it's Jude. Joey, are you okay? Joey, please, over. Yes, I'm safe. I'm in the attic, just barely made it. Over. Locked in. Eventually, I dropped the key. Actually, I dropped the key. Ugh. Safer in attic than rest of house. Key can be retrieved later. Over. I think you were right. The way they smashed through the living room window and the front door. If I had stayed in my room, I'd be a goner. Separated us with Vanguard. Destabilized power. Probed defenses. Finally attempted entry through multiple points of ingress. Basic siege tactics. Over. Actually, no stuff. Wow, you were right. No, of course he would know. Well, you were right. I'm impressed. I guess all those conspiracies you're always talking about turn out to be not fake. Maybe. Too soon to tell for sure, but absolutely certain, correct, and always have been. Over. Anyway, thanks. So I'll just hole up here for now, I guess. Are you safe in the treehouse? Did you try calling your friends or something? Didn't want to risk their involvement. Always a gamble engaging soldiers of fortune. But maybe time. Remain secure in location and ignore object under curtain. Over. Totally, huh? I'm not going to ignore it. Well, obviously I'm not going to ignore it. Joey, please. Over. What? It's a big mysterious thing under a beguiling fluttery curtain. I have to at least peek at it. What is it anyway? Data insufficient to determine. Over. Well, I'll let you know when I find out. Joey, don't. There's over. You there? Go in the ortal. It's real bad. Over. Jude, can you repeat that? Lots of static. Joey, please. I can't lose it too. Please. Portal over. Did you say portal? Alright, we're going into portal. Maybe. Oh god, it's alive. Well, turns out you live in a house that has a hand in a jar in it. That has a hand in a jar in it. You must now carry this knowledge with you forever. The world is in crisis. If only Captain Planet were here, then the monsters could eat him, and you could escape while they were distracted. Yeah, no, that's probably what would happen. It's locked, and you're safely on this side. Thank goodness. Then let's open it. The door's locked, and you drop the key. The key fell through the floorboards down into you're not sure, actually. Unlike cockroaches, pigeons are not able to flatten themselves to the thickness of a quarter and slide through the crack under a closed door. There's gotta be some salt in this mix, so you sprinkle some across the door to keep the monsters out. Not that you really believe in that kind of thing, but you don't really believe in monsters either, and that doesn't seem to be slowing them down any. 'Tis a good thing you had these when you got locked in here. Maybe they'll come in handy. Like maybe there's who are you kidding? There's no way these hefty boys are gonna fit anything up here. And even if they did, what good would it do? You gonna scare off the monster with a battery-powered mummy swinging a sexy lamp leg around? Maybe wearing a bearskin rug on one of those creepy masks while he does it. Maybe he's riding that rocking horse over there too. That actually sounds totally awesome. You wish you had some markers and some paper and were an artist so you could draw that. Nothing. Nothing. Nah, this doesn't go to the attic door. That would be kind of anticlimactic, you'd think. Not to mention a little too obvious. Briars, do you realize this globe is broken? No, he doesn't care. You really don't either. Broken globes or functional globes that are obviously inaccurate are just another dumb thing your paw collects, like poor, murdered animals, or really distracting lamps. No chance of you tracing the spice route to India on this globe, both because it's inaccurate and because that sounds boring. You would say there's no chance this globe needs batteries, but hey, you did just solve a laser-based globe puzzle, so who the heck knows? You drop a pog in a crack in the globe. It rattles around in there like whatever they put in a can of spray paint to make it rattle. Baby teeth, you've always assumed. You've got a soft spot for injured animals. As a junior vet, but a broken globe is not an injured animal. It's just a broken globe. It doesn't get a pet treat. Weird. This doesn't seem like as dumb an idea as randomly using things on other things usually does. It feels like, okay, this is crazy, but when you hold this key, the globe doesn't seem so wrong somehow. You put the key back in your pocket and, whoa, everybody, get a load of this dumb globe. Byers looks at you, and at the hand, and he puts his little wing on your hand, as if to say, Joey, you do not have to try to use me on literally everything in your house. Nice try, Byers. Let's see what else is in here. Ugh, if it comes to that, you'll eat the mummy first. That's not a toy, and it doesn't need batteries. You don't know what the technical classification for a hand in a jar is, but if you would have to guess, it seems like a crime? You've got more respect for the dead than that, even if the dead is just a gross hand in a jar that gives you the max jeebles. You aren't really seeing, like, a mouth. The key feels important in your hand, in a way it never did before, or rather, in a way that it always sort of did, but never strongly enough for you to name the feeling. You know, down to your bones, down to your bones, that it matters. It's sort of the opposite of how you feel about the jar full of hand. Let's high-five it. You've left them hanging long enough. In fact, as you stare at the gross, desiccated hand in the jar, you begin to suspect that the time for you to break open this jar and slap an anonymous dead hand against your own alive hand has tragically passed. And so she high-fived it, and all was well. The game is over. Nope. Nope. You can hear the monster slavering on the other side. You didn't know you knew what slavering sounds like, but apparently you do. If you went back out there, all the bullet train dodging in the world couldn't save you. You sit it wobbling slightly, so slightly you can barely see it. You'll just have to take your word for it. Ballet can't fix a broken world, but it does provide the brief illusion that the world has no hold on you. That's okay. Yeah, and send it toppling to the floor, the glass shattering, the disembodied hand suddenly surging with life as it scuttles towards you, climbs up you, chokes you, probably? No thanks. Not the most graceful partner, but he'd probably be great at following your lead. Haha. Ha, I get it. Another victim of Jude's overzealous crowbarring. No doubt, any chance he gets to he gets to go prying and jimmying. The kid just goes nutso. That's a weird sentence. I can barely say it, as you probably noticed. Byers nestles down in the warm straw, the picture of contentment and safety. Beg pardon, Snuggles or Snoozington. You're under the impression this was a team adventure, not the late shift at the Nap Factory. Alright. Maybe you could take a nap in the straw. But if the monsters bust down the attic door, you'd rather not be all tuckered out and ready for chomping like some kind of kid cuisine featuring an actual kid. You hate kid cuisine. Wait, what were you thinking about? Oh yeah, straw naps. No. Another victim. Okay, or that's straight up the straw area. Whatever was in here, these would be way too puny to power it. Maybe you can meld them back to. Look, it's time you admit you picked up these pogs of your own free will, and you're only stuck with them because it'd be mean to throw them out. You can go back to dunking on them, and by proxy your brother after this, but just this once, you can admit that you saddled yourself with this. Yeah, let's see. Pet treats for food? Check. Old straw for bedding? Check. You've got everything you need to begin your awful new life as a person who lives alone in this attic forever. You've even got masks and stuff for when you get really crazy after a couple of years pass. Weird, you have a strange feeling these are related somehow? Or they once were? It's a hard thought to pin down, and as soon as you focus on it, it's gone. Like a dream upon awaking. That straw's too soft. You'll never get a good rat-a-tappa-tappa going. Rat-a-tat-tappa going on that surface, sorry. The straw has too much give, and in these soft shoes, any rusty nails poking out of the bottom of the crate would go right through your foot. The handwriting is barely legible, and there's no return address, leaving with you no more information than you had before you looked at it. He seems astonished that this shipment apparently did not utilize the unmatchable power of the avian form, which is a little rich considering it took 3 pigeons to send 2 marbles about 30 feet. It's a shipping invoice, Joey. It's not. You can't eat it, although you really should eat something, apparently. Battery not included in shipment. Well, ain't that always just the way? No, nobody ships pogs anywhere. They just appear out of nowhere, like dust or cockroaches. Nothing on this invoice about pet treats as far as you can tell. You mean, because it's pretty faded. But you feel pretty confident it didn't say ship the enormous crate to this jerk's attic, and also, how about those pet treats, eh? And why doesn't this guy raise his dang kids? No, there's nothing about... Huh, wait, someone scrawled, the key! Where is that dab-blasted Godzook's key? But that couldn't mean... Oh, yeah. It's crumpled enough without you stomping all over it. With cat-like grace, you totally ignore the shipping invoice. No, this really isn't that kind of mystery. The boring kind where you have to frequently refer to your rigorously maintained collection of shipping invoice in order to make any progress. You hate those. Alright then, whatever. Since he got his first best shotgun, this one fell out of favor and now primarily functions as a home to a thick layer of attic dust. Meanwhile, its favored brother is living out a shotgun's daydream in the hands of your paw. Oh, this is gonna be messed up. Briars is too sweet to carry such a crude and merciless weapon. I was about to say that you'd be like, why would you even think that? No, Joey, you're not gonna shoot the bird, because that's not who you are. What made even put this thought in your head? I'll put that in. You dump a little down the barrel. Maybe this stupid thing won't work the next time he aims it at a nice animal. This stupid thing is almost certainly already loaded, and it doesn't run on batteries. You don't care about this stupid thing. Your pa's sister gave him this gun, and your brother gave you these pogs. Sorta. Your family's kind of ridiculous. You don't get it. Does he hate animals or what? Why does he have to shoot so many of them? Is he just a jerk? Just a huge jerk? You think your pa may be a huge jerk? So many heirlooms. Although your pa isn't actually dead. You assume? Ooh, maybe he is. Oh boy. You haven't been up here in a while. Your pa sure does keep a lot of weird crap up here. Weirder than the other crap, that is. Or maybe not. Maybe all his stupid crap is basically the same. I like those masks, though. Let's look at them. Disguising your identity and impairing your vision wouldn't really help matters much. You're pretty sure the monsters are going to eat anybody they meet. You haven't... Okay. This is less creepy than the hyper-muscled horseman fountain in the yard. But that isn't really saying much. Why does he love gloves so much? Maybe they remind him of adventure. All the little abstract geological features, the jagged borders of exotic nations, the tiny bumps representing mountains. Unfortunately, whenever you look at gloves in school or whatever, they just remind you of him. Some very old pigeon cages. You'd suggest they be thrown out, but old cages definitely fits with the aesthetic up here. Oh, no. He gets himself nestled down all cozy back there, and it's gonna be you climbing over a bunch of lanterns and sexy leg lamps and stupid globes and probably some guns and sexy leg lamps, and just stay put, Briars, okay? You know, you don't have an infinite supply of the spice mix. Using it on every vague pile of crap you come across isn't really the most disciplined approach. Although it's not like you're going anywhere, you sprinkle some. You put this in the attic yourself because it weirded you out that your pa had a lamp shaped like a woman's leg. Little did you know he'd soon graduate to lamps shaped like entire women. You know, I'm not sure what would be worse, an entire lamp shaped like a nice looking girl, or just a leg lamp. I mean, obviously this is a reference to the, I think the Christmas story thing, the Christmas movie, that, and the lamp is like a signature thing of it, but again, is it a single leg kind of more creepy than an entire anatomical being as a lamp? I don't know. Ooh, pardon me. Ugh, more of his guns. These are antiques and would probably fetch a tidy sum at auction. But you think the only real perk to their integrity is it probably means it's been ages since they were used to murder anything furry and precious. No. Nope. Not yet. We gotta do this much. Alright. No. I don't want to actually... We're gonna start combining stuff again. Briars could try to wear one of these masks, but you have a feeling it wouldn't be very convincing. Oh, I'm just gonna put it out here. This is gonna be a very long episode because I want to get through some stuff, you know. I've been putting this off for a while because of school, but I feel like I'm gonna just get this done and hopefully continue on in the story even further. I just want to establish this halfway through, possibly, or quarter way through. I don't know. Probably shorter than that, but they're pretty dusty already. Probably plenty of stuff in this pile of weird old stuff needs batteries, but if any of it were any good, it wouldn't be in this attic. You have a feeling that a dusty pile of junk in the attic is the eventual fate for every pog in existence. Jude, on the other hand, says they'll eventually become the currency of the post-apocalyptic wasteland. You could go either way, you guess. I mean, you'll keep them close for now. Didn't mean to You keep them closed for now, just on the off chance that one monster busts down the door. Oh, hold on a moment. But depending on how long you're stuck up here, you may end up just dumping all your hand-gathered doodads and trinkets into this loose heap of yesterday's whatever. No, not now. When you need it most. Wait, what? It would probably be for the best if you stomped all this old junk to smithereens, but who knows? There might be some priceless cultural artifact you paw plundered from some old temple buried under all the baby toys and Christmas lights and, oh yeah, guns. You're graceful, but bounding across a pile of dusty old junk doesn't really grab you as a fun time. Masks aren't powered by batteries, they're powered by your need to see the face perched on top of a human body as a human face. That's why they're creepy, because they're not human, they're not anything, and the person wearing one could be anybody. Well, yeah, they can be creepy, but I think masks are awesome. They could look stylish if you tried hard enough. You could put pogs in the eyes. That would actually be pretty creepy. It might even scare off the monsters. Maybe if you could rapidly cycle the pogs somehow, it would look really cool, you bet. This about covers it for food and entertainment in the attic. Hopefully you won't be stuck up here too long. Your heirloom, you get a feeling that it likes masks? You don't know what to make of that. You don't know what to make of any of that, any part of that sentence. You put the key back in your pocket where it doesn't want to go. Wait, what? Shut up. Just, okay, you feel like the other end of the room is where you should go. With the key. You don't want to send all the creepy masks clattering across the floor, not while you're still hiding out from monsters, at least. Otherwise, it would be your heart's fondest desire. Your ballet company of one is a little small to perform a mask, but you suppose it all depends on how long you're stuck up here. There is no chance you're going to pick up this gun, and you certainly aren't going to lock and load anytime soon. It just isn't going to happen. Oh boy. She would make a good life aspect. Let's see. You don't use guns. These are definitely loaded, though. Your paw doesn't leave unloaded guns lying around. Or hanging precariously in decaying nets, either. Jeez, this is right over your room. Sweet precious briars shouldn't be anywhere near those things. When you think about how many kind animal friends they've probably blasted. Ugh. What is his problem? Your paw, you mean? Not Briar's. He doesn't have a problem, as far as you can tell. Actually, yeah, if you dump a little spice mix down the barrel and it ruins the gun somehow, he'll have to just use one of his other dozens of guns, you guess. Only laser guns from the future use batteries. Those are slightly less stupid than regular guns, because they're not real. In the cold calculus of capitalism, the value of these antique guns or these pretty new pogs is merely a function of whatever someone will pay for them. When that someone is you, their value is pretty much nil. Ugh, these are basically the opposite of pet treats. Pet treats are for making animals happy, and these are for, well, make animals into meat. Your mother left you a beautiful key that for some reason is tingling in your hand. Your pa left you a nut full of guns. He also just left you, period. Haha, he's not here and really is. Haha, I get it. Sounds like a great way to send a net full of definitely loaded guns tumbling towards you, Joey. As the ballerina yearns to escape the prison of gravity, so too do these guns yearn to not be in a net and to be shooting friendly animals. Tough luck, jerks. Briars rides a little horse head as if he were a human, and the horse head were an enormous decapitated horse head that somebody was riding for reasons unknown. Just how hungry are you, Joey? A horse, however generously spiced, is a desperate meal at the best of times, and this one seems more likely to give you splinters than satisfaction. Rocking horses don't run on batteries, they run on boredom, you guess? Imagination? Something like that. Definitely not magic, though. You showed a pog, but it doesn't seem to care. This poor thing radiates ennui. Whatever. You're getting a real for sale baby shoes, never worn vibe from this horse. As cute as that would be, you may be stuck in here for a while. You should ration these. It's dead. Hooded eyes tell you everything you need to know. This horse was way down the list of treasure family heirlooms. Not like your beautiful key here, which is, has it always been this very hot and very cold simultaneously? It rocks just little, pitifully, but eagerly, as if it hopes you'll ride it. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen. This poor thing would probably explode into kindling if you so much as lightly squeezed its sides with your powerful, ballet-strengthened legs. Giving me some imagery here, Joey. Probably some imagery that the internet will abuse. What the fuck? Okay. Briars rustles in and out among the wreckage of the broken worlds. It is disconcertingly adorable. That's a kind of a... yeah. Nah, you're really not in the mood for international cuisine. Ugh, that one was pretty bad. You guess you brought it on yourself, though. Trying to use those completely unrelated things together for no better reason than to see what would happen. These aren't like the fancy globe and paw study you assume. They don't need batteries, or lasers, or anything like that. Or wait, are these just a bunch of failed prototypes? Is your attic full of busted globes because your stupid paw needed to build a globe-based puzzle to keep the attic locked? That's a good axe, it's not a bad thought. If these were really old globes, they'd be flat. They would look like a bunch of giant pogs. You shudder at the thought. You toss a pet treat amongst a pile of globes. They don't fight over it. They're very well trained. Unfortunately, you can't find any place on these old globes for a key. You're glad there isn't a giant keyhole on the surface of the actual planet, though. It'd be a horrible thing to fall into. Yeah, it would be. Just gonna ignore the... okay. Wait, can I look at... what can I look at? Oh, no. I need to go back, because... these... I didn't look at these. Okay, I'm gonna click on the... One might expect that after all the fracas he's been through, this little guy would be eager to return to the safety of a cage. But he's reluctant to leave your hand. Perhaps you two have bonded? Is the true cage friendship? Oh wait, no. There's some old poop in there. They're pretty far out of your reach. If you threw some spice mix up there, perhaps a single grain might reach. Look at them, gently swaying in the eerie wind. They don't need your batteries. They don't need anything. They are, despite their obsolescence, some of the most utterly content things you've ever seen. They're avian captives, long freed from their bars, and most likely from the cage of their own flesh. The cages were given new life as stupid toy gels. From iron cages to special extra nice treats, pets have come a long way in this household over the years, except for all the ones that got murdered and taxidermied by your stupid paw. If all this thing unlocked was some empty bird cages in the attic, well, not that your life has any obligation to be entertaining or to deliver some kind of payoff on the narrative expectations it raises, but that would be really anticlimactic. That'd make them crash to the floor, which might do some damage. You keep that plan in reserve just in case the monsters break down the door. Things have gotten pretty dark, but cage dancing? Joey? Not that there's anything wrong with it, of course, you guess. You're not sure how you're supposed to feel about women dancing cages. Is it girl power? Or not? Sometimes it's just so hard to know what is or isn't girl power. Can I click? Okay, that's just globes. Well, this is all I can do is look at this. You can't avoid noticing the drape rustling around, although you really wish you could. Better see what's under there now, though, before it gets to drop on you. The pigeon slips under the drape. After a moment, you hear the terrifying sound of pigeon snores. You reach under and retrieve him. As much as this thing is whipping around with such pronounced and steady rustling, you're likely to get that spice mix blown right back into your face. Seems like it's already doing fine on wind energy. Haha! But really, where the heck is that wind coming from? You toss a pog towards the thing, but whatever wind is blowing, that drape catches the pog in the air and carries it off to, well, if you're not being honest, you stop paying that close attention to what happens to pogs after you throw them at things. Pardon me. Whatever's under that drape, something tells you it is hungry. That's not quite the right word, but expectant, demanding, like if a mystery could pound its fist and demand to be solved. That's the feeling whispering to your whole body. Geez, you can barely hold on to the key. It's like it's pulling you forward, closer to whatever's on the other side of this drape. As you dance, you resolve to ignore this mysterious, alluring drape, this beguiling and bewitching cascade of velvet and mysteries that you have come to realize as you continue to dance and to ignore this drape and the object it covers may be more menacing and monstrous than you knew. Is it the object beneath the drape which you are still ignoring with a fierce and focused intensity of your dancing? The opening note of a sonata in a minor key, or a key that tells the tumblers locking away the secrets in a young girl's head, or rather, in her hand? You have no idea, since you're obviously ignoring this thing forever. You dance, and the drape, whipped mysteriously in a wind of unknown origin. Is it your partner, complimenting your movements, or the curtain, restless, ravenous to rise? And if it is the curtain, onto what strange stage are you to trapeze? You hear the music in your head, you feel the steps calling your feet to take them, and you know the curtain must soon rise, and you rise with it, to occasions or to baits, yet unbidden and unabated. You have a feeling it's going to be a hell of a show. Alright, enough with the... let's remove it. You have no idea what this is. You don't know where it came from or how long it's been here. Did you know about this? Is that why he really sent you to the attic? No, that doesn't make any sense. Did your pa know? It looks kind of different from the stuff he usually dumps off here. Feels different. In your mind, at least. Wait, what? You're having trouble thinking clearly. Trouble keeping your train of thought. How? How long have you been standing here? You hold Bryson for the impressive piece of machinery. He is plainly mystified. It looks pretty clanky and rusty. Dumping a bunch of gritty spice on it probably won't help it do what it's intended to do, which is, doesn't look like it needs batteries, more like it's waiting for something else. Hold on, waiting? A weird machine sitting in your attic can't wait, right? Right? No. This is important. Keep that garbage away from the thing. Ugh. You keep having weird thoughts about this machine, and you're not sure why. But you are sure you don't like it. Except the pogs are garbage stuff. That was all you. If you were going to feed this thing, wouldn't you feed the mouse on the side? Although, You don't really want to get anywhere near those. Uh-oh. Oops. I stupidly did it without... Oh well, guess we're continuing. Whoa. Huh. Oh my goodness, the UI changed. It looks kind of like the thing from your attic that brought you here. The force field is pretty striking point of contrast, though. Maybe you can use this thing to get home? Somehow? Please? That didn't exactly hurt, but it was kind of tingly. You don't think you'll be able to reach the portal while that force field is on. Fires regards the shimmering portal with the same dazed cluelessness with which he regards everything else in existence. He is endearingly democratic in his stupidity. You give a little dust in with your spice mix in a strange way, it makes you feel slightly better about everything. This thing doesn't seem to need any additional power. Look at it sizzle. That's the biggest slammer you've ever seen. This thing ain't no treat, and you don't think you'll be petting it anytime soon. The portal is responding to your tap dancing. The force field dissipates, you return home immediately. Wait, no it doesn't. You were just caught up in one of your hallucinatory fakes of dance optimism. You guess this thing is protected by one of those rare force field that doesn't power down just because someone did ballet near it. Some kind of weird electric bug. It seems to be trying to communicate. Maybe you should pick it up for a closer look. It's a futuristic forklift. It's probably what moved that giant crate here. You can hear awful slams and growls coming from the outer side of this door. You aren't even going to try to open it. You're unsure of this weird thing's purpose. Maybe there's something around here that you could use to make it go, or whatever. It's another gun. This one looks a lot more sophisticated and deadly than your pa's weaponry, which you left back in the attic. You think you'll leave this one where it is too. You don't think so. It looks kind of weird, but it's still plainly a gun. A futuristic looking door in a gloomy futuristic looking bunker like place. Maybe all the answers are through here? If you hid inside this crate, you think you'd be nervous that it was somehow going to suddenly close up around you, and you'd be left screaming in the dark in a slimy box somewhere possibly far from your home. So you don't think you'll be hiding in the crate just now. You pick up a hand-drawn, scribbled-on diagram of the portal showing how the pieces fit together. Alright. You pause. Maybe you could try figuring out what this thing is before you start shoving pogs into it or tap dancing on it, or whatever other wild idea you're just entertaining. Okay, alright, fine. You can just imagine Briar's driving a forklift. With a little, hat, you guess, and Well, his weakness wouldn't reach the steering knob, and plus the forklift isn't working, and... Okay, you guess you can't imagine it. Putting sugar in the gas tank probably isn't going to help. The forklift does seem like it might need power, but you can't find a place to put your crumbly little batteries. Nice try, doofus, you utter yourself under your breath, but not for the first time. Your spirit nearly broken, you somehow struggle on. Either this thing doesn't run on Pogs, or its Pog-based fuel tank is not currently oh fuck, I keep doing that. Or its Pog-based fuel tank is not currently empty, and the problem is something else. Mush, noble forklift. Yeah, treats, go. Run for the treats, go. Mush, you indolent beast. Hath thee no hunger? You give the forklift some accelerando, and the accelerator don't. What? No part of it. You try to engage the forklift in a little posity dukes, but it remains in first position. Oh my goodness, I just noticed that robot. A busted up robot? Seems like something pretty intense went down here just before you arrived. Come on, go over to it. Let's put everything on it. Keep riders away from that thing. It could still be dangerous. The spices fail to make the robot even remotely functional or appetizing. It seems to be busted up beyond what some new batteries could fix. At least in death, it's immune to abuse from your stupid Pogs. Something tells you that this busted heap of scrap isn't threat compliant. Isn't treat compliant. I'm sorry. The busted part's right on just a little, so widely you could barely see it, but it happened. You're just not motivated to dance on this robot's grave. It looks too much like a big version of his cage back home. If you sent him inside, you'd have a hard time getting him to come out. To be perfectly frank, it doesn't look all that much like his cage, but he is kind of a moron, so you decide to play it safe. You spice the crate to the zest of your abilities. It is now a spicy crate. To save time, however, you'll still refer to it as a crate, if you have reason to refer to it. The spicy crate seems to be fulfilling its functions as a crate without the alternative assistance of your clumsy copper tops. When it comes to Pogs, it's hard for you to muster any spicy crate enthusiasm. Fine, I will stop the spicy crate. Wow, pet treats, an enormous crate. All that's missing is some kind of mustard behemoth to eat the treats and live in the crate and maybe eat you too. And oh man, you're freaking yourself out again. The slippery glue-slick surface of the crate's wooden interior would serve as a lousy stage for the ribald staccato of your fancy footwork. It's also pretty dark in here, and so you'll pass. You could perform a quick bit of ballet in the crate, like it was some kind of oversized creepy box, but there's already an oversized creepy music box in the room, and you don't want to gild the oversized creepy lily. Byers lacks the sterling mental acuity necessary to use this control panel. He also falls asleep if you put a napkin on his head, because he thinks it's nighttime, so this comes as something less than a shock. You sprinkle a bunch of spice mix down all the control panel's most inviting crevices. It is now running 0.00006% less efficiently. You don't see a removable panel to add a batteries. Wait. Oh gosh, there it... No, wait. No panel. You try to jauntily flip a Pog into the coin slot of the control panel, like it's an old-timey jukebox, but there's no coin slot, and also you accidentally flip the Pog directly into your own eye, so you don't think you'll be concluding this moment in your hero memoirs. Oh, if only the humble control panel could be a pet. If only. If only. Ah, little panel. Simple and kind, floating through life like a baby miracle. You would shower it in pet treats, if that were possible. But it isn't, so that dream is dead. You dance your heart out. The control kiosk is unaffected. Everyone's a critic. A cold, middle critic in a dark, anonymous basement. Everyone who doesn't like your dancing is that. No response. What a snobby little Philistine this control panel turned out to be. Well, I'm gonna end it here. I think it's been more than an hour. Oh boy. So next time, we'll continue more in this space. I love y'all. Hope you have an excellent day and an exquisite night. See you guys next time. Bye!